this recording? I'm scratching my butt. Okay, hello and welcome back to the Chit Chat program. I am wearing pants today, just to let you know. I'm kind of wearing like a bop outfit, to be completely honest. I really like these like matching little sets, but I always find that they look kind of bop-like, which is fine, it's whatever, but I wish I had like delicate French lace, but instead I have like cheap China matching sets for now. You have to start somewhere. So, first of all, literally 2 seconds before I pressed record on this pod, I got a message from ICBC and they said you have an outstanding ticket that you need to pay, and if you don't pay it, we're gonna like suspend your license. So I'm like, okay. And honestly, that really does sound like something I would do because I don't pay ticket. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I like click on the link and it's ICBC website. Okay, like I've been on ICBC before, so I recognize the website and I'm like, that's so weird. Like, they're saying I have a ticket for, like, a toll booth. I was like, there's no way I, like, was anywhere near where there's a toll. But I was like, whatever, I probably didn't pay it, like, knowing me. And then I was like, maybe it was when I went to Kelowna. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. But whatever. So I literally put in all my details, put in my credit card information, and then press, like, submit. And right when I do that, this, like, warning comes up, and it's, like, all red, and it kind of, like, says this website error, and it's like, this is, like, a scam. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? So then I screenshot the message, put it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is like, no, this is 100% a scam. Like, here's why, blah, blah, blah. This website isn't real. ICBC would never send you this information, and they wouldn't, like, suspend your license over a toll booth payment. And I was like, oh my God, this is the first time in my life I've ever been scammed. Like, literally. And I'm like, okay, what can they do? Like, I locked my credit card, so like that's fine. Not that they get very far, but so I locked that, and then I'm like, okay, all I gave them was like my name, my address, and my email, which I feel like I'm like, I mean, big deal. Okay? I don't know. Like, yes, that's like a lot of information for like some random people in the Philippines. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like you could get that information about me from a lot of places. So I'm just like, I locked my credit card and stuff, but that's the first time I've ever truly fell for a scam. Because I honestly feel like I'm so, I don't know, like, and that's how they get you. Because knowing me, I was like, oh, I do have a ticket that's outstanding. Like, that's what got me. So damn, I fell for it. I truly fell for it, but hey, that's how they get you. Don't be hard on yourself because you fell for a scam. But I am somewhat nervous. Like, for some reason, for me, it's more that, like, I don't want them to get to my social media. I'm like, do whatever you have to do, but, like, don't go near my social media. So I guess that's that. In other news, I do have a single coming out soon. So I just thought I'd drop that at the beginning because I have been watching the audience retention, and it looks like none of you are making it to the end of my videos. So I thought I would just drop that in now. Wow. Okay, another thing that I am just going to say quickly is, like, you've got to start somewhere. You've got to start with bad lighting. You have to start with a shitty little set and a really, like, what is this called? Matted chair, okay? You've got to start somewhere because everybody starts somewhere. And look at me. I'm just doing it. You fucking press play, and you're not going to, this is the thing, like, I would love to have a podcast studio that looked hot as hell. I would love to have good lighting that really made me look snatched. It's not in the cards right now, and that's fine because when that is in the cards, I'm going to delete every single one of these videos so everyone will think I started at the top. Another thing is I do have blue eyes, and I'm sat in front of a window and I find it incredibly bright, but it's just overcast outside. So let's hope that my eyes aren't squinting too much for y'all. Okay, so other than me getting scammed, what is going on with my life? I'm still waiting on my money from the fucking online gambling. I have been on a winning streak lately, which is really nice. $16. I won $16, y'all. And you might think, well, okay, that's $16. But on a 20-cent bet? Bitch, $16 on a 20-cent bet. I might as well have won $1 million. Like, that's crazy to me. 20 cents, that's all it cost. And I got 16 bucks. I got like a coffee and a muffin, maybe. $16 out of nothing. Okay, that's... Some people work a whole hour for that, all right? But yeah, so I did write into the website and I said, hey, I sent you some letters. I should be getting some money to you, to the online casino. And they said, yeah, we received 81 of your fucking letters. We're working on it. And I went, okay, well, I'm waiting because that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that. And I'm waiting on this pod to take off, let's be honest. like I said, you got to start somewhere. Okay, what else is in the world today? I really should prepare. I'm like expecting to be a podcast star and not doing any of the work. Let's be honest. But hey, what can you do? Let me talk to you about how I feel about credit cards. Because I'm so irresponsible and I'm so irresponsible and so not responsible. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I just have this crazy outlook on life where I'm like, blow the cash. Do whatever you want. Deal with it later. And that is really disgusting, and I shouldn't be like that, and I should be more responsible. But the truth is, I'm just like, by the time I get enough money to live comfortably, I'm not going to want to do the things that I want to do now. Like right now, I want to travel the world and buy clothes and look hot and do a bunch of shit. Where like when I'm 65 and I finally feel like financially stable, I might as well just stay home. Okay, I know it's not the truth, but I'm just out here being like, one day I'm gonna have enough money to pay off my credit cards. Like one day I will. Like I will figure it out. I truly believe that I will figure it out at one point. I just have so much faith in my future self. Like I'm like, she's gonna figure it out. I have no doubt about that. Let me create so much fucking debt for her. Let me put her into a financial hellhole because I believe in her that much. All y'all not running your credit cards into the ground, just don't trust yourself. That's the truth. That's literally the truth. You just don't trust yourself. Like me, I can book a whole vacation to Paris on a credit card because I believe in myself. I believe in who I am, and I really do think that one day I will pay it off. I don't put a deadline on when I have to pay it off. I just believe in myself, okay? That's the truth. People who are financially irresponsible really just believe in themselves. Mark my words. You can quote that if you want. That's fine. But yeah, so basically, I really want to go to Paris in the fall because I think Paris in the fall, how romantic, how beautiful, how nice. I really just need to, I live like in a small mountain town and I really, really crave the city. So I'm like constantly going to the city all the time. I just like need my fix, but I also love being in nature. So I really am like, what's going on inside my head? I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm like, all right, well, I need to go to Paris for a month in the fall. And I'm like, getting older, so I'm not gonna want to do this when I have kids, so I really have to cram in all this shit now. And like obviously I'm still gonna want to do this when I have kids, but it's like not the same. Like I can't stay in like a shitty apartment with like kids because they'll be like, what the fuck, my mom's crazy crack ass, like she's wild. So I just gotta do all that shit now. When I have kids, I'll have money again and I will travel very differently. I don't know, getting older, like 30 is around the corner. It's sad, but it's true. And I hate to say it, but things do just change as you enter your 30s. Like, it shouldn't be like that, It really shouldn't, but it's just the sad reality. And you also don't want to do the same things you wanted to do when you were 22, when you were 30. Like, it's different, but I specifically remember when I was 22 seeing 30-year-olds and thinking that they were too old to be at some places that they were. I hate that I thought that way. I really, really do. But it's just the truth. Like, I remember I got a job at a bar. My manager was 30 years old, which I was 22 at the time, and he was 30 years old. And I thought that he was so fucking old, which is crazy to think now. And him and his friends would come into the bar, and they would all drink at the bar, like, all night. And I literally just remember thinking, like, you're too old to be doing this. And now I'm like 30 and I still want to go out and I still want to have fun and I still want to like party and dance. I'm like, I don't feel old in my head, but I'm wondering like why do I care about the opinion of a fucking 22-year-old? Like, let's be fucking real, okay? I don't. I remember I had this like distinct feeling of like these people are too old to be doing this. And I'm like, am I too old to be doing this? But no, it's just life and it's reality. But at the same time, it's like if you want to go out to like a dance club, you're gonna notice the crowd is younger. And it's just shitty. It just is. Because 30-year-olds are out, like, drinking at a nice bar, spending the night, like, with their friends. And that's the truth. Music festivals are kind of all ages, which, like, still feels good. And when I go to, like, a music festival or an event like that, I genuinely feel like everyone's my age. I'm like, oh, I don't feel out of place. Like, everyone's my age. But when I go to, like, a club, I'm like, oh, my God. I literally am like, no. Like, I'm too old to be here. Which is sad. Like, why don't we have 30-plus clubs? Not that I'm 30, but, like, why don't Why don't we have like different age bars? I mean, I swear to God, the 30 plus bars would be like quiet as all hell. There needs to be something, or 30-year-olds just need to like take over and be like, fuck it, we're gonna hang out with the 20-year-olds, like watch us. Because I feel hotter than ever, and I'm almost 30. And every single year I look back at my photos, like when I was in my early 20s, where like technically people say you peak. I was fat, I was ugly, and I was chubby, okay? And like I was so disgusting. And now I like, can look at myself and be like, wow, damn, like Barbie. I literally look back at photos of myself and just think, why was I so afraid of turning 22? Like I wanted to be 21 forever. I genuinely did. I cried for a month leading up to my 25th birthday. Genuinely in my room, bawling my eyes out every single fucking day for a month up to my birthday. On my birthday, like inconsolable. Like I did not want to turn 25 so badly. Like 25 sounded so old to me. To go to 24 to 25, I was like, fuck, it was like my life's over. Like I'm over the hump. I'm almost 30 now. Then after like that whole issue with like my 21st birthday, like my 22nd birthday and my 25th birthday, things just like got easier. Like I was like, okay, I've stopped holding on to like my early 20s youth. Like it is what it is at this point. And I really haven't like cried at a birthday since my 25th birthday, but that was like so difficult for me. And 22, I remember I was like talking to my boss and I was like, I'm turning 22. And he was like, oh, you're so young. Like that's such a good age. Like 22 is amazing. And I remember thinking like, no, I really thought that by the time I was 21, we would have invented something where like I could stay 21 forever. And now thinking about it, I'm like, no fucking way. I don't want to be 21 forever. Like, no. I want to be like, I don't know, like late 20s forever. I think that's like peak. That's like a great spot. Then I see like Lady Gaga and she's like 38 and I'm like, damn, she looks like literally hotter than she's ever looked. People do look, and even like seeing photos of Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston, and I'm like, damn, they look so good. And then I realized like their hottest peaks were in their 30s. Like I think that's when you like genuinely become like sexy. This weird thing where like in your early 20s you are so afraid of getting older, and then I think like after 30 it's whatever. People don't understand that people are hot forever. You see like really hot 40-year-olds. You get into like MILF territory and it's like, wow, damn, like they're still so sexy. I think honestly, I'm interested because like obviously after like 70 years old, you can look good for your age. That's the issue. People are always like, oh my God, they look amazing for their age. Like they look so good for their age. You don't really have that like sex appeal anymore, which is like terrible, and I hate saying it, but it is just true. But I think you focus on different things at that age, which is sad, but you must come to terms with it. You just, I don't know, because I like walking into a room and pretending I like can compete with every girl in here. I'm like, yeah, I'm hot enough. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I really am vain, like really am. I think like the number one thing that scares me about having kids is I'm just terrified to like ruin my body. But then I look at people, I'm like, okay, hot celebrities have kids and like they're fine. So like it's one of those things. It's like turning 30 is not the scariest thing. Like having kids is like not the scariest thing. Like your body will go back. People's bodies go back. But it's a fear of losing something. I mean, obviously life changes when you have a kid, but I'm really more focused on my looks. I don't really care about anything else. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. As long as I look hot, I could probably get through life. But there's no guarantee. I do think I've heard though, like once you turn 30, like it is like a kind of like reset. Like now you're the youngest of the oldest. So you feel like, you know, a reset. It's like going from elementary school to middle school. Now suddenly you're the youngest of everyone again. But yeah, every year I feel like I get hotter. Sorry. My body is not as chubby as it was in my early 20s, so that's a slay. So yeah, whatever, bring it on. But then I do fear that, like, you become, like, I remember I hated millennials so much. Like, I was like, you guys are lame as fuck. Like, you need to stop with the skinny jeans. Like, you need to, like, get with the times. Like, why can't you, like, adapt? And I'm scared that, like, younger kids look at me like that and are like, you are so out of touch. Like, you don't get it. Like, why are you still wearing, like, whatever. Like, I don't even know. I do try to stay relevant, and I do try to stay with the times. I just think, like, older millennials were really hung up on their fucking skinny jeans and shit. Like, it took them a while to get out of that phase. I also think like the internet really helps because like obviously we have like TikTok to be like, don't wear this, don't wear that. And it's also like what you're interested in. Like I love reading like, I don't know, I like my explore page is just like all fashion. So that keeps me young. And yeah, you have to surround yourself with people who also don't want to like die and get old. Duh. But yeah, my best friends are celebrating their birthday on Tuesday. So it's crazy. Like people in my life are turning 30. Crazy. Now people are having kids in their 40s, which I'm like, okay, sure. I like have always envisioned myself having kids in my like, well, one, I wanted to have kids in my late 20s. Now I'm like, okay, that's like not happening. So now I'm going to have kids in my early 30s. And then I'm like, oh my God, like that's only like a few years away. And then I'm like, oh my God, do I have to start having kids? Like what the fuck? I don't know. We'll see because then I could go through my early 30s and be like, wow, I just really didn't feel ready and then have kids later. I don't know. Every girl has these fucking conversations in their head. It would be so nice to just be a guy and be like, oh, I feel like having a kid today. And then just have a fucking kid. Like, wow. Meanwhile, me, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to sacrifice my entire life to birth this child, and then my husband's gonna think I'm hideous and ugly, and I'm gonna have to deal with stretch marks, postpartum depression, and looking fat as hell and ugly, and having massive tits, which is literally my biggest fear in my life. So I'm gonna have to work on not killing myself while my husband just gets a kid. Like, great. Thank you. Thanks. And I famously did have a breast reduction, and I'm seriously traumatized by big boobs, like actually fucking traumatized. Like the minute I get my period and my boobs start getting bigger, I cry. I literally cry. I go to my boyfriend, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get another surgery. Like my boobs are getting big. Like, I know it sounds crazy. Like you're like, dude, get a fucking grip. Get a fucking grip. Like something's wrong with you. But like it's trauma. It's literally trauma. I am traumatized by having big boobs. It is the most traumatic experience of my life. Yes, I've had it pretty easy. The moment my boobs start kind of pushing on my bra or make a little bit bigger and tender and sore, I consider ending it all. That's terrible. No, I don't. But I really just think like I'm going to need a breast reduction tomorrow, or I don't know. I'm terrified of big boobs. So how the hell am I going to get through pregnancy? Honestly, how the hell am I going to get through pregnancy? You're kind of probably listening to this and be like, you probably just shouldn't have kids. And sometimes I'm like, yeah. But then, you know what? I think your brain actually rewires where you just stop caring about that. Like I might just have huge mommy milkers and be like, fuck it, I'm in love with them. That's hard to believe that would ever happen, but I think your brain chemistry also changes. Like you just become a mother and you are like, yeah, I birthed a child, fuck yeah. And like, but I am an anomaly and I've always tended to care about my appearance. So the fact that I'm going to have to gain 30 pounds or so for a baby, that's crazy. And then this kid's going to grow up to be a huge fucking brat and I'm going to be like, I ruined my body for you, but I love you anyways, unconditionally. And I was also a 10-pound baby, and my boyfriend was fucking massive. So, like, what the goddamn hell am I gonna do? Like, that's crazy boots. But women are wild, women are powerful, and we get through it. I'm just like, okay, I really like ravens, all right? This is a side quest, but it's gonna come back. I love ravens. I really like them because they're not sexually dimorphic, or yeah, I think that's the right word. Where the male and female look identical. You can't tell them apart. They're the same color. They're the same size. They're the same weight. The only difference is obviously their reproductive organs. Why then did God not do that to humans? And I know you're like, well, because the man has to be stronger to hunt and blah, blah, blah. Well, why couldn't we all be fucking strong? Why couldn't we all literally have just like a Superman kind of body? Like be strong, be feminine, be beautiful, be nurturing. Why did we have to be different? God loves drama, I guess. But I have some things to say about it. That's all. Oh my God, guys, I'm at 25 fucking minutes. I'm getting better at this. I'm going to try not to swear, and I'm going to try not to say like and all the time because it's a bitch to edit out. But okay, thank you so much for listening, and please don't think so badly about myself. No, wait, that was was that for me or for you guys? Well, I love you, love you, love you. Listen to my new single on Thursday, and if you made it to the end, congratulations, you're my favorite. Loves it. Bye.